What's up, guys? Welcome to the first video onto the channel. Today I'm going to be doing my top 5, or the top 5 best rogue weapons to use, or that there is. And again, this is completely opinion based. So, if you think otherwise from me, and there's some that I don't even know, that's how big Calamity is. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it is Calamity. So, just in case you get confused, and this is Calamity. So, I probably will be doing a vanilla one maybe, but I don't think anytime soon. But right now, we are doing the top 5. Alright, the first weapon, as you can see I'm already equipping, is the Deadly Ghoulish Trooper. It can go into something better, but at the time I used this stuff, I also count in for when I used it, because this obviously wouldn't work, especially compared to the other ones on this list that you can see if you play Calamity. But at the time, this weapon was in fact a really good weapon, and I think it drops from Poltergeist. I'm not mistaken from right here. So, I'm pretty sure it's a Poltergeist drop, and Poltergeist, in my opinion, wasn't that great, but that's off the point. This weapon can scale up to, what is that? Up to 70,000 damage per second. Very good gun. And by the way, I am using Auric Tesla armor. With that on, it does up to 70,000. Here, if I take it off, let's see. Still a pretty good weapon with 15,000 DPS. So definitely an amazing weapon to what is after Poltergeist. Yeah, definitely a good weapon to fight Devourer of Gods with. Definitely gonna need that piercing for him. And on to number 4 is the Executioner's Blade, and oh boy, is this a good weapon. It goes into the Celestius, which is also on this coming up, and it is crafted through 11 Cosmolite and 5 Nightmare Fuel, which is got from the, what is it, Pumpkin Moon? So, this gun, I fought Supreme Calamitous for the first time with. I don't think it homes, but it is truly just an amazing weapon. Sorry for that notification. But here it is. Just look at that. It is amazing. It can scale up to 160,000, I'm seeing, damage per second, which is absolutely absurd. Look at that. Definitely one of the best weapons in the game. When I first used this, and when I saw it went into something even better, I was like, it's just that good. This thing is absurd, man. Definitely recommend getting this if you haven't. Definitely a very good weapon to fight Supreme Calamitous with. And speaking of another weapon to fight Supreme Calamitous with, it is the godly Illustrious Knives. These things don't look as good when I shoot them. They go into the, they are crafted by the Vampire Knives, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, the Vampire Knives, which are a melee gun, but Calamity made it into a rogue that goes in the Empyrean Knives, and which is pretty simple to craft, just Cosmolite, Dark Sun Fragment, and this weapon, the Empyrean. And then it goes into the Illustrious Knives, which is obviously Shadow Spec. Which actually, never mind, I take that back. You cannot fight Supreme Calamitous with it because it costs Shadow Spec. But if you want to go against it another time, this is definitely the thing to go. And they're literally Vampire Knives on steroids. Against the dummy, they don't really work, but we can test the DPS out on these things. Up close, it's about 500,000, but I can't try to get these missiles out of the way. Yeah, still getting about 450,000, I'm sorry, damage on these things. Plus they heal you, which is just absurd. definitely one of the best rogue weapons in the game in Calamity. And let me actually try it with it off. Oh yeah, still doing upwards of 160,000. Still an absurd weapon. Definitely recommend getting that once you've beaten Supreme Calamitous. And this weapon I thought was the best until I saw number 1. It has to be the Celestius. Man, this thing is... It literally, I've been wanting to get it this entire playthrough. It is literally getting all of these. It was such a fun time. Cost the Elemental Disc, the Shattered Sun, Executioner's Blade, Ponage Hammer is what I'm calling it, Phantasmal Ruin, and 4 Arc Tesla Bar. It was a struggle to get, but at the end of the day, I would say it's worth it. In some situations, some of the pieces that go into the Celestius are better, like the Executioner's Blade. Using this against Supreme Calamitous made it sometimes easier, but it has to go to the select. Just you can see this. It's scaling upwards of I want to 500. Yeah, 500, 400, 300. 1000 DPS with Arc Tesla armor. With it off, it still does upwards of 200,000, which is, or 150, which is still so absurd. Like, when I got this thing, there was nothing stopping you. And definitely, this weapon, it is, you can fight Supreme Calamitous with it, even though it is pretty hard, because she is pretty fast, but if you land these shots, and if you're a good shot, definitely a good pick. And coming in at our number 1 spot, it is the one and only, that Deadly Triactus True Paladinian Mage Hammer of Might. I can barely say it. And this thing, it blows everything out of the water. It obviously you get it after Supreme Calamitous, and it costs a Galaxy Smasher, a Solemite, and 5 Shadow Spec Bar. And oh boy, is it the best Calamity Rogue weapon in the game. One of the best weapons in the game too. My friend Gabe, you've seen him on the streams, also has this weapon. Extremely overpowered. Like, before I shoot this thing, it's just like, it is honestly like, here, let me just shoot it for you. Yeah, you're seeing this right. You can see almost a million DPS, easily hitting a million DPS with ease. Can pierce through walls like this. It's just simply the best. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it is probably the best, one of the best weapons in the game. As you see here, this is Alchemist NPC. I was gonna use this, but I wanted to do Calamity because that thing's just absurd. That thing's just low-key hacking, but we can try this on a few bosses. We can try. Oh wait, it's Mechanical Skull. Let's see if we have a Mechanical Skull in here. No, we do not. All right, I will be right back. I'm going to get some of these boss heads. I'll be right back. Alright guys, unfortunately, I didn't want to, I don't want to go too out, but, I will test just for comparison, or just to show how overpowered this is, I'm going to be doing the twins, which are a vanilla boss, against this Hammer of Might. I'm just gonna say for short. And let's do this. I'm just gonna let him hit me for a bit. La-di-da, you're just going dead. Dead. And that just shows you how broken these characters are, dude. And it's just unbelievable how absurdly broken these things are. It's not even close. But that is going to wrap up the video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to like it, and tell your friends about this video, because we're trying to make the channel grow and stuff. I will be doing a lot more streams in the future, and videos like this won't be as common, but I'll definitely be making more videos, and I will see you in the next one.